Good evening from the baseball ground, the home of the champions Derby County, who tonight hope to take a firm step forward on the long and difficult path that leads to the biggest prize in club soccer, the European Cup. But first they must cancel out the 1-0 lead the Czech champions gained at home a fortnight ago in the first leg. Masny, an international winger, pinched the goal with the heel of his boot. He's a highly skillful player, and Don Revie will certainly be watching him closely tonight. Derby have their own ace striker Kevin Hector back in action to look for the goal that will put them level. Hector was under UEFA suspension when Derby played in Bratislava, but now he returns to this side to give Derby maximum power in attack. Lee missed last Saturday's match at Tottenham, but he now returns and Bourne moves over to the subs bench. Derby played it defensively in Bratislava, but manager Mackay has ordered them to go like bombs from the start tonight. That'll suit Charlie George, who already tops the Derby score charts. Charlie really has become the darling of the Derby fans since his transfer from Arsenal in July, which brought the total cost of Derby's team to something over £1 million. Slovan have lost ace fullback Pivanek, the captain of the Czech international team, who failed a fitness test this morning. Elephant is the replacement, and he's the only man in this lineup who has not been capped for their senior international team. Joseph Kapkovic, Ondrush, Masny and Šverlik are likely to play against England later this month. Alex Venchel is the senior international on the side with over 30 caps. He played in the Mexico World Cup Series and is vastly experienced. But Derby must find a way past him if they're going any further in this European Cup. The referee and the officials from Holland, the referee Leo van der Kroft. And it's Slovan Bratislava in the all-blue outfit. White stripes on their sleeves. And Derby to contain them, attack them, and look for an equalising goal. Masny immediately. Elephant. Big, strong man. The ground absolutely jam-packed here. 38,000, over 15,000 of them in seats. Franny Lee knocking it on for George, and the first shot. Great ooh comes up from the Derby fans as Charlie George illustrates exactly what manager Mackay wants. Look at the distance out he was on the turn, and immediately Vencel knows that Derby are about. Foul in the interception. Newton was there, but Medvic. Rio. Robbed by Masny, Medvic gets it back, and now Archie Gemmell comes in hard. George losing it, comes for Todd. Nish. Newton. Lee, George. That was Elephant who missed his tackle. Lee going in. There's problems then for the Slovan defence. Slovan using Masny and Šverlik as the front runner. Nish. George starts his run. Ondrush. Giant of a man, there's big number 4. Handball given. And a test now for the nerves of the Slovan defence. They really have got a wall in there. 6 men in the wall at the moment. Crowd shouting for Charlie. Šverlik broke too soon. Took a deflection for the corner from Riok. Immediately the Slovan defenders nattering amongst themselves. Thomas on the near post. And Farley in the centre of the goals, and a punch as Lee puts it back in again. Franny Lee trying a first-time looping volley. Good jump by McFarlane. Ryok. Well, they had two bites at him. Novotny and Sverlic. Farland through. Sverlic back then for Novotny. Chapkovic on his left. Sverlic in the middle. Nish doing the cooling down process. Gimel. McFarlane for Nish. George. Well read then by Chapkovic, the defender. Lee. Gemmell. Thomas there. Derby putting a lot of bodies forward. Nish. Can Lee get there? He tripped Novotny, but Dutch referee gives the free kick to Slovan. Franny Lee was really fighting to get in there against Novotny and quite definitely pushed him. Medic. Pikarik. Dutch referee not letting anything slide loose. Taking firm control right from the very start. Elephant. Oh, what a bad one. Directly to Hector. Has Archie Gemmell to his left. Gemmell. Trying one. That was a good one too. Right on target. Quick reflexes from Wenzel after Gemmell strikes this ball so firmly. And Wenzel, not trusting to catch the ball, uses big gloves, this man, and punches it clear. Farland making himself first. Hefty clearance then from Joseph Chapkovic. Masny. But a Derby ball. Just about halfway through this first half. Still no score. So in effect it's still 1-0 Slovan Bratislava from the first leg. Newton. George. Very, very tight in there, at least 3 or 4 players. Masny, the only man forward for Slovan. And is away from McFarlane. This could be very dangerous. It's a bad angle for him. Masny then showing that Derby dare not relax at all. He skates away here from McFarlane. Made rather a bad angle for himself and let Bolton make the save. So, still no score here. As Slovan come again. Gürk. Masny. Novotny. Might try one from there. Nish breaking out. Solidly taken down from behind. The yellow card will come out for Ivan Pekarik. You can see here that Pekarik really made up his mind he was going to stop Nish. Novotny was going to have a go as well, but it was Pekarik who really went flying in. So we're now back with the booking having taken place. Failing to produce anything at all for Derby. I'm sure Dave Mackay didn't think they'd go this long without putting the ball in the net. Sverlic again skating away. Sverlic to try it. Good low drive. Jan Sverlic scored 5 goals for Slovan this season. Knocked in 5 goals this season with this sort of shooting power. Right on target. But no goal. And Derby looking to win this ball back again. Pikarik. Androuche. Fine ball for Gürk. Hector going back to cover. Did that well for a full-back. But the cross ball, not just what he would expect. Would have wanted, rather. Slovan Bratislava, 7 times champion of Czechoslovakia, 4 times winner of the cup. Powerful side. Masny. And Nish for Derby. But the front men can't get rid of their markers. Gemmell, a dummy for Todd. Lee. Rioch saying, leave it, I'll have it. That took a deflection of Chapkovic. Rioch. You can see now that Rioch lets a really good one go. Josef Chapkovic took a deflection off him, and Wenzel did well in the end. A well-won Todd. Hector, Todd goes on. Looking for George. Got it down. Newton thundering in. Henry Newton thunders in to blast it, but way off target. In fact, goes for a throw-in far side. Thrown. And Masti taking on Todd. Dish flying in. Rioch. George. Not going right for Derby at the front. Rioch. So very, very tight and congested in around there. Quite sure what Charlie George was doing then. It was certainly did it a little too quickly. Archie Gemmell had a word with him afterwards. 2 big central defenders, Josef Chapkovic and Ondrus, really doing their job well, and referee is warning Wenzel about time wasting. Quite positive that if he does that anymore, he'll go in the book. Chapkovic. Masny. Svelic. Elifant. Svelic. Made space for himself for the cross and wins a corner. It's a bad sign. Henry Newton down as Gordon Guthrie comes out to give him some treatment. Wenzel still unbeaten. Well, we can probably see exactly what happened here now as the attack builds. Looks very much as though he assisted himself into the injury. But we're back now with the corner kick. Oh, it's a good one. That was from Jan Chapkovic, and fine reactions here now, as you can see again from Colin Bolton. That was curling in under the bar, quite definitely. And that would have been a tragedy. So, Jan Chapkovic, second top goal scorer in the Czechoslovakian league last season. Knocked in 16. Here he goes with the corner again. And he's time to knock it over one more. Good punch by Bolton, who was being impeded. The big man Ondrus was there, and so was Pikarek. So Medvic, Novotny. That's Masny taking Thomas down the line with him. Medvic with a shooting chance. Well, there was a breakout showing that Slovan really can counter-attack quickly. And this must be unnerving for the Derby players and their manager, Dave Mackay. And Newton is going off. So it looks very much as though that injury was a little worse than we thought from up here. Dave Mackay down there helping to get Jeff Bourne stripped off. Shows his number to the linesman, so Jeff Bourne is on in place of Henry Newton. Bourne, a positive attacking player. 10 minutes to go to half-time. Druce whacking it high. And Todd. Now Lee. Bourne. Lee. Bourne. Stabbing it through, aiming for Todd, who let Andrus know he was about. Charlie George. Rod Thomas. Lee knocking it down well. Hector! 4-5 defenders there. Medved and Slovan break out fast. Masny, one back by Nish. Hector going hard and fast. For Bourne to try one. Miscued it. And it comes off Charlie George. And very, very nearly a fluky lucky chance then falling for Charlie George. See that ball crossed for Bourne to fire. Hits it badly and the ball cannons back onto George. Off the right boot. Over the bar. Andrus with the kick. Bourne, again a good jump. Riok, hoisted high. Hector under it with Elephant. Now Lee. Riok. Gemmel's getting far post. Corner. Corner. Came off Novotny. Great running here by Archie Gemmell. He goes a long way in on that one. Hard from Novotny, and it comes off Novotny and just behind for the corner. So now the corner. Gemmell. Pikarik out. Todd. Oh, that's a bad one. He was aiming for Riok. Todd back to cover. Svirlic makes a half-hearted attempt. Nish. Charlie George offside. And 3 minutes to go to half-time. No score here. So from the first leg, it's still 1-0, Slovan Bratislava. Andrus for Cevkovic. Andrus, if they give the ball away here, they could be in trouble, and Lee Darnier stole it from them. Gurk. Some of the defensive passes out, a bit casual, but that's a bit useful. Elephant. McFarlane down. Riok. Football. Lee got a touch. Medved hustled by Gemmell. Novotny takes over. Offside flag, a very, very close decision against Jan Cevkovic. Riok then. For Nish. Svirlic coming back to face Nish. George. Riok. And a corner given. The linesman far side of the park gives the corner. So, again, the big men for Derby come up into the area. Thomas goes on the near post. Charlie George, Lee at the far post, McFarlane around about the penalty spot. Nish with the corner. And it comes in for Charlie George off the line. What an incredible let-off then. All starting, as you can see from this dummy by Thomas. There's George's shot, beats Fensel off the line, couldn't get in again. But the action is up in there again, as Nish takes it. And it was Masny who came back to knock it away. And the crowd now, with about a minute to go to half-time, really riding for Derby. Farland gets it down. And Masny brings it out for Slovan. Knocked in again. could be there for Gemmell. We're going to injury time. Bourne. And he's there! Jeff Bourne has done it! 1-1. Bourne, the substitute, with about his 6th kick of the game, has put Derby on level terms. And here he comes again for everyone to live. Look at Bourne, his hands open. He wants that ball, crying for it. Gemmell is tackled. Bourne whacks it. Wenzel misjudged that entirely, and in off the post. 1-1 in total aggregate. 1-0 here tonight. So, Slovan players still arguing with each other, arguing with the linesman. Ondruš still having a go. Slovan then, who have contained Derby, prevented them exploding until injury time in the first half. We've had a minute of injury time now. And referee Van der Croft points to the tunnel, and it'll be a very relieved Derby County manager Dave Mackay, who goes in to sort out the problems for the second half. And as we go off at half-time, we can see the goal that has put Derby 1-0 in front here at half-time. Look again now as Jeff Bourne asks for this ball. Bourne screwing his shot like a billiards player in off the far post. So there it is. Great action here at last in the first half at Derby. We'll take the break now. We'll be back with the highlights of the second half in just a few minutes. And Masny now having a word with the referee. We have a quick look around. It may be that they're one player short, Slovan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, they're one player short. And it looks like, yes, they have brought on Haraslin. And it's Medved who is not with us as we start the second half here. So both sides have made a substitution. The one that Derby made, of course, a dramatic one. Jeff Bourne striking the goal, and Kevin Hector now as Derby stream forward looking for a second. Ondruš out. Rioch. McFarland. That's a beautiful ball for Hector. Good drive, and George couldn't quite get there as Novotny just tackled him as he tried his shot. But again, it explodes, as perhaps we can see again that Wenzel is a little bit dodgy in there. Novotny just getting enough on to stop George getting a free shot at the goals. As we go back live. Well, that was a dramatic start for these Derby fans to savour. Wenzel looked a little bit dodgy back end of the first half. He was bitterly complaining about the goal. Derby fans, over 30,000 of them here. Hector. And Todd goes streaming in. Lee. So little on for him, Bourne. Bourne not waiting to see the whites of their eyes before he shoots. That's the third shot he's had. 2 off target and 1 a goal. Can't be bad, 1 out of 3. Jump by Todd. Novotny rather. Svelic. Novotny, and Todd cuts it out. Hector looks up, aims for Well, it was going for Gemmell. It comes for George to hammer. And again, Wenzel down very late. Wenzel, 31 years old, and tends to show his age a bit on these occasions. He went late. It was almost past him. So here it is. With Bourne. Beaten in the air by Novotny. Novotny again. Thomas. Bourne hoisting it. Hector under. Haraslin. Gök. Andrush. They do play it square and to each other. Get themselves in a lot of trouble at times, Slovan. Chapkovic. Joseph Chapkovic. Well cut out by Riok. Gemmell. And the way closes up. Novotny for Slovan. Chapkovic. Jan Chapkovic. What a fine saving tackle by McFarlane. Gives the corner away. Masny. Positive danger man. Svelic. It's a good cross. And Novotny. Stuck away. Haraslin. Oh, that was a bit of a let-off then for Derby. You can see now as Svelic knocks this ball in, and Bolton makes a really dramatic save with his boot from Novotny. Look at that. Right-footed, was almost past him. And Haraslin way off target with that shot. George, good ball on. Lee. Bourne. And Riok to hit it. Ooh. And didn't he thunder that one? About a foot lower, and that would have frightened the life. That was a beautiful ball from Jeff Bourne, and look at the power of that left foot. Wenzel, absolutely no chance at all, but the ball high over the bar. Svelic nicks it on well. McFarlane out. Breaks for Archie Gemmell. Now George goes again for Jeff Bourne. Derby streaming into the box. Todd. George. Looking for Lee. Didn't come down to him. It's still there for George. And there was elbowing apparently by Franny Lee, which an offence that escaped my notice at that moment. But the eagle eye of the Dutchman, Leo van der Croft, right on the ball. Big man this. Taller than some of the Slovan defenders, and they're pretty tall. Svelic getting it on. McFarlane booted away. Chapkovic under pressure from Lee. Ball not out. Bourne. Lee. Got good turn. It's about the first time he's been able to turn and try the shot. Lee just made just enough against Chapkovic. Didn't have the full power to exploit Wenzel then. Elephant. Good ball. Svelic might have done a little bit better than that. Svelic, one of the players likely to play against England in Bratislava later this month. One of the players then that Don Revie is here to look at tonight. That's Hector going in! Oh, that should have been tucked in. That should have been tucked in by Hector. Foul by Riok. You could see that chance dropping down to Hector here. Those are the ones he normally puts in. He's taken it away from Wenzel, but allows him just to get his fingers to it. Comes back for Novotny. Gök. Good skills by the fullback. Chatkovic, chased by Todd. It's a good cross. Svelic almost made contact. Pressure still on Derby. Gemmell knocks it down for Lee. Hector calling for it this side of the park. Taking on two first, Girk. Novotny was supplying support for Girk behind Lee. Corner off Chatkovic. Big number 3, 9 caps, we're told, for his country. Hector. Hector with this corner. Again, Thomas comes near post. Too long for everybody, but it could be on for a shot for Nish. Took a deflection, hit the post! And Svelic knocks it away. Well, the little bit of luck that Derby wanted was almost there, and then it was gone. And Nish attacks Slovan again. George. Thomas for a clear cut in what he wanted to do. Todd for Derby. Long searching pass for Archie Gemmell. Knocked it back well for Rioch. Lee. Rioch racing in on it. Vansel showed good courage coming out at Rioch studs. Then Harasleen. Masni. Bourne, hustling, harassing Harasleen. Masni again. Oh, that's a beautiful ball for Slurlich. That was nearly a very costly break by Slovan. Thomas. Rioch. Well stopped by Girk. Comes for Rioch. Picare coming back at him. Andrus whacks it away. Todd, superb acceleration then. Gemmell. Put Lee in trouble. Corner. The covering of the Slovan side under extreme pressure now, using 6 men almost constantly in defence. Derby finding the greatest difficulty trying to run through it. For a set piece, I wonder what they'll do this time. Gemmell's corner. And it's out to McFarlane. Now Nish. Bourne is all right. Again, the angle was very, very narrow for him. Svelic has limped over to the touchline for some treatment. And possibly to get some new instructions. Bourne down then for Nish. Hector. Well, the Slovan side indicating that the linesman had already given it as their throw-in. One back by Lee, and now Bourne. Lee again. Gemmell. Robbed by Girk. One back by Rioch. Oh, and given away. Girk then. Svelic. Well, whatever treatment he had has put some electricity in his heels. Archie Gemmell. Rioch. Bourne. And again, the two central men, George and Lee, are marked by 3. Bourne trying to go alone. Lee still fighting for it, even against George as well. Masni. Thomas. That turned out a good ball. Hector's in right behind. Nobody up in the box to help him. He broke so fast. The backup crew were a bit late arriving. George and Lee. Thomas. Pikarik. Rioch down for Thomas. George. Well, he got a second bite and he found his man. Rioch. Frustration showing. Finds Nish. Going to try one. Dave Nish. Certainly a great deal of frustration showing in the faces of Derby players now. Wenzel, who has not been taking his kicks, now limping quite a bit. Todd. George. Hector. Taking on Girk, who ran straight into him. Hector and Gemmell. Hector 10, Gemmell 8. Hector now. Thomas. Hector took a deflection. Elephant. It's Masny coming very, very deep. Well won by Novotny. Svelic. Todd wins it back. Lee. Hammers it well. Yes! 2-1. Randy Lee. 33 minutes into the second half. And from basically nothing, Wenzel is beaten. The ball coming to Franny Lee, and as Slovan for once hesitated, didn't put tight men on him, he whacks it. That's Des Anderson there, assistant manager of Derby, now really happy, and so are these Derby fans. It's almost a great sigh of relief has come up around the ground. 2-1 on aggregate now, 2-0 here on the night. Masny now, and Slovan have absolutely got to come out now and look for a goal. Svelic. Girk. Svelic. And Novotny. Lee. And McFarlane gets it out for Archie Gemmell. And Slovan have been committed going forward. For once they only had 3 at the back. Archie Gemmell chased by Androuche. And the penalty is given. Well, that didn't seem as bad a trip as the penalty that the referee turned down when McFarlane was brought down, but the massive man, Androuche, removes Archie Gemmell's ankles when he was in a position where, in fact, there wasn't much he could do. So Franny Lee, having scored to put Derby 2-0 up here, now has the chance of scoring his second goal of the night from the penalty spot. 10 minutes to go. Lee versus Wenzel for a 3-0 lead. He missed it. He missed it. Well, that was an incredible miss from Franny Lee. Once the penalty king, man who scored a record number of penalties in one season for Manchester City a couple of seasons ago. Wenzel more or less diving left and the ball cannoning off his knees. So it's still 2-0 Derby. On the night, 2-1 in aggregate. Nish now. Slovan have responded to the goal that Lee scored by sending men forward. Čapkovic and Andruš at the back. But the midfielders have gone up. Bourne. Todd calling for it. Bypasses him, goes for Hector. Now Slovan bring back support for their defenders. Hector did well against Gurk. Corner off Wenzel. Hector trying to pull off the impossible and squeeze it in on the near post. Hector will take the corner. Hector takes the corner, waiting for Thomas to come up into the box. McFarland hasn't come this time. Hector then. Pikarik gets it out. Nish. Could go through them all. Oh, and give it back to him! And Lee! There it is! It's 3-0 here. Franny Lee gets his second goal of the night. And Des Anderson can hardly believe it. Well, that really was an incredible piece of luck. Here's Nish attacking everybody. And it's Elephant who lost himself completely, gave the ball back. Wenzel does well, but there's no stopping Franny Lee then as Nish jumps out of the way. Well, I think that was a case of Elephant losing his memory a bit in that situation. Got his colours completely confused. So Lee atones for his penalty miss. And it's 3-0 Derby. It was 3 goals that manager Dave Mackay wanted. It's 3 goals he's got. Slovan are now basically out of the race. So Venglos, the manager of Slovan Bratislava, played against the great Spurs side of the 60s in the UEFA Cup, the year that Spurs won it. Dave Mackay scored one of the goals that beat Slovan Bratislava at Tottenham that night in a 6-0 win. And Dave Mackay's got 3 more to gloat over here this evening. Masny. Dave Nish. Nish being chased. Charlie George takes over. Beautiful ball for Hector. Takes on Gurk, and that's him gone. Lee! Lee! Franny Lee's hat-trick! Saved again by this incredible goalkeeper. Look how close Franny Lee came to getting a hat-trick against Wenzel, against his bodies, and even the second time, he couldn't stick it in the net. But now we're back again as Derby once more try to get through this blue wall of Czechoslovakian defenders. Riok. Elephant being chased by Riok. Does well to get it for Masny. Čapkovic aiming for his brother, who might still get there. Trigamo then for McFarland. Derby now with all the time in the world. It's Andruš. Gurk. Hector coming to chase Gurk. Sverlic. Novotny. Pikarik. Masny. Masny being given a few chances to shine tonight. Oh, that was cheeky from Franny Lee. And Archie Gemmell gets the Slovan defence screaming back again. Trying to coast it for Charlie George. What a little human dynamo that player is. Pikarik. Todd Beautifully won back. Hector. Dirk in for Novotny. Offside. Offside, Jan Čapković. Scorer of 5 of the 25 goals Slovan have scored in the league this season. Top scorer to Petraš, who we remember from the Mexico World Cup. Petraš now playing for Internacional in Bratislava. It's Riot, though, to try one. Gemmell! Sad time to lose his feet. Oh, beautifully read by Nish. Gemmell. Nish. Lee. Nish. Oh, what a save! What a save from Wenzel. Lovely little bit of approach work. Franny Lee, the dummy. Nish really hammers it. Wenzel's reactions razor sharp. Just over 30,000 packed into the ground, a ground that now, with all its seating, in fact takes something like 38. And £33,000 in cash takings. And the game allowed to go on. Slovan stopped. It's Franny Lee. Really elbowed out of it by Ondruš, who's caught now. Thomas, Hector. Even Sverlic coming back to help out his defenders. Gurk. Referee Van der Croft of Holland has looked at his watch. Sverlic. And that will go back to McFarlane, possibly back to Bolton. And the referee is going for the ball, so that's the end of the game. The end of this European Cup tie. And there's a scoreline that surely will please every English soccer fan. Derby County, the league champions of England, going forward against Slovan Bratislava. Remembering that Bourne came on as the substitute to give Derby their half-time. 1-0, and Franny Lee there, the number 9, waiting with Derby and Slovan players to take their bow. Franny Lee, the misser of a penalty, but the scorer of 2 goals. And both these sides have put a lot of effort into their work to provide good excitement here for the cash customers. I hope you've got as much excitement sitting at home. From Hugh Johns, good night at Derby.